At this time last night, I reported to you that FEMA had approved TSA, that's the Transitional Shelter Assistance Program, which would pay for Puerto Ricans who can prove they've been affected and displaced by Hurricane Maria to move into hotel rooms. It's a program that is a vital service that FEMA provides, and most recently has been used following Hurricane Harvey in Houston. In fact, when the governor of Houston asked for TSA activation, he got approval that same day. And now Houstonians, for the better part of 2 months, have been staying in hotel rooms not only around Houston, but in more than 30 states around the country. We have been persistent in our reporting, not only to find out what options were available for Puerto Ricans on the island, but also for the tens of thousands of Puerto Ricans which have evacuated to the mainland. I should let you know that around 10 a.m. Saturday morning, I got a call from a representative of the Puerto Rican government whose name I have agreed not to use. That individual told me that as of last night, when we reported that TSA had activated the program, there had been some pushback from FEMA. Now, let me tell you first who told us that the program was activated last night. The two people who confirmed that were Jennifer Alvarez, the press secretary for the governor, and Carlos Mercader, who is the executive director of PRAFA, the Puerto Rican Federal Affairs Administration in Washington, essentially the governor of Puerto Rico's point man in Washington. The two of them had confirmed last night that the TSA had been agreed upon and activated by FEMA. And I was also told by one individual of the Puerto Rican government that there was a document that had been signed indicating that there was approval for TSA. But Saturday morning, I got a phone call from a representative of the Puerto Rican government saying there was some pushback from FEMA, that in fact they had not yet activated the program, that they weren't comfortable with the reporting that we had done because specifics had not been ironed out. And this individual said that FEMA wanted a joint statement to be put out saying that it was coming from not only the Puerto Rican government but also from FEMA. This individual within the Puerto Rican government was somewhat uncomfortable with that request, and frustrated by the fact that it seemed to have been ironed out and activated. And this person said to me, "I'm not sure why FEMA has come to us the next day and said it's not quite what it seemed to be. Like, what seemed to go wrong?" this individual said. So all day I've been waiting for an update. I've been asking. We haven't gotten it. And now, as of 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, this statement came out. And the subject reads, "Statement from the Government of Puerto Rico and FEMA." I want to read it to you verbatim. A vast majority of Puerto Rican housing was affected by Hurricane Maria's landfall. In order to meet the demands for post-storm safe housing, the Government of Puerto Rico and FEMA are looking at a unique range of housing options that best meet the needs of the residents of Puerto Rico. The Government of Puerto Rico and FEMA have discussed what are the best short-term sheltering options, and Transitional Sheltering Assistance, TSA, is one of the programs that has been discussed. While this option is often an effective means of ensuring displaced disaster survivors have safe, immediate shelter, there are significant limitations that must first be weighed before a decision and implementation can be made. FEMA and the Government of Puerto Rico are working positively and collaboratively to design the most effective program. FEMA is working quickly and constructively to address the governor's request, which is still under evaluation. In the meantime, displaced residents are staying with family and friends or in emergency shelters. More than 2,000 blue roofs have been installed. More than $120 million in financial assistance has been approved for Puerto Ricans. So it is clear that our reporting on TSA has come off as a little pushy for FEMA. All I will say to you is this: we will continue to ask questions, and we will continue to be relentless in our reporting of TSA. This is a program that is going to be vitally helpful for tens of thousands of Puerto Ricans, for those who are on the island who can take advantage of about 20 hotels that are available, and for tens of thousands of Puerto Ricans who have evacuated to the mainland. Despite frustrating some people within the government, we will continue to report this out. And I just wanted to give you the backstory of exactly how things have happened since last night when I first reported this, and as of now.